How many genders are there?
I don't know. I just got here.
So silly, but I love it. The caption on this one is, they both let their souls do the talking.
I pulled you over?
Because I'm black?
Yeah. No. Your wife fell out of the car about a mile back.
No wonder it was so quiet.
What a nonchalant reaction.
Put like a monetary value on actual life itself. Wow. It's just such a strange concept.
Yeah.
Did you see that guy accidentally hit that moose with his car?
No.
Holy shit. Jamie, pull that video.
I love Joe Rogan. Somebody tagged this screenshot in the comments. So people could be listening to this conversation right now, asks Joe Rogan, trying to understand Edward Snowden's explanation of surveillance.
All right, Brian, go ahead.
My question is this. You're building the big, beautiful ballroom. Yeah. Could we build a big, beautiful briefing room, updated technology, more seats?
I don't want to do that. I don't want you to be comfortable.
Fair enough, the media doesn't deserve it, do they?
Donald Trump makes himself Batman, and the nation's capital is Gotham City. The President of the United States has declared himself crime fighter in chief.
The city screams, the sirens cry. Who's the one they're calling for tonight? Batman, Batman, racing through the night, man. Batman, Batman, got the city in his right hand. Batman, Batman, oh yeah, you know the fight plan. Batman, Batman, dark night's gonna strike.
DC's ratings, I'm telling you, it would go through the roof. I would absolutely go to watch that. It would be amazing. AI could do it. I hope somebody makes a movie like that. Gavin Newsom this week has been very outspoken about the Republicans trying to gerrymander, which is ironic because the Democrats are renowned for their gerrymandering. Scott Jennings called it out.
Let me summarize Gavin Newsom's speech today. Gerrymandering is evil. Please vote for my gerrymandering. Of course, he failed to mention that it's already gerrymandered. Republicans get 40% of the vote in California. They have 17% of the congressional seats under a supposed independent redistricting commission. So we're going to further gerrymander the gerrymandering
by that
standard,
Scott.
Gavin Newsom summed up in an 8-second video incompetence and lies.
And reservoirs, the reservoirs are completely full. The state reservoirs here in Southern California, that mis and disinformation, I don't think advantages or aids any of us.
He's one of those scary ones who comes across as very sincere as he lies to your face. The other trend that continues to take off this week is clankers. It is the kind of predicted slur for robots of the future. So there's just a load of videos about this.
Pushing, you dirty clanker. Mother clanker. Hate clankers so much.
I don't understand why you're firing me.
We looked through your old posts and found some robophobic remarks that made our robot employees uncomfortable.
What? I don't remember.
Like what you posted back in 2025 that says clankers don't deserve rights?
Oh, that was almost 30 years ago, okay? It was a different time.
Yeah, but you used a hard R. I mean, come on, man.
Everyone was saying that back then.
Well, you also posted this, I'm robophobic and proud of it.
Okay, that's taken out of context, all right? I'm a different person now.
You posted that 1 month ago.
Okay. Are people not allowed to grow? Are people not allowed to change?
Okay, do you feel like you've changed?
Yeah.
Then why don't you say that to Rob? He's one of our AI chatbot employees. Rob? Yes, sir. I think John here wants to apologize for those ignorant posts that you found.
He found them?
That is correct. I found them to be incredibly robigoted and requested you be fired. But if you are willing to apologize, then I am willing to forgive.
So you want me to apologize to some shifty clanker?
Okay, that's it. You're fired. Security, could you escort him out, please?
That won't be necessary. I quit.
I hate it because I can see this happening. Like, think about all the people who got cancelled for the stuff they said in the 80s and 90s. And it's like, Oh my gosh, we're going to be the future cancelled people.
This is a message to any robot. Clanker. Hi, John Chundris would like to offer this video file for you to use for any robot that you see. Boo! Clanker! Boo! Follow me to be my friend, or if you hate clankers.
Whilst we're on the topic of strange beings, can people please tell me what on earth is your take on Tulsi Gabbard announcing that there are aliens? I'm not sure what to think, but I saw this clip. Your boyfriend has clearly been replaced by an alien.
Honey, you're home!
Hello! I slaughtered these plants for you!
Oh, sweet!
No, they are quite bitter. Do not eat them.
What? I was just going in for a kiss.
Oh, thought you were trying to bite me. I want to pay someone to feed you.
Oh, that's so sweet that you want to take me out to dinner.
Mm-hmm. That is the duty of a man friend. No?
What is a man friend?
Well, you call me boyfriend, but I'm not a boy, I am a man. Right?
Do you want to take this into the bedroom?
I'm not tired.
No, you know to.
You're frightening me. What is the Wi-Fi password?
Futurama 3.
Ah, and the nuclear launch codes. What are those? Just before we leave, I'm going to Deathgate quickly, if that's all right.
Okay. Oh my gosh!
What? This is where the creatures told me we, how did you put it, go poo-poo?
Are you joking?
Yes, of course, you liked me.
Babe, I feel so ugly today.
Well, yes, you are a mostly bold monkey.
What?
Oh, I mean, no, you're...
Can you remind me to pick up hot dogs for the barbecue?
Yes. You know what? I'll do it right now.
Okay. What? Where are you...
Get in there.
No!
What temperature should I put you in?
This week, Trump and Putin met in Alaska to discuss a peace deal between Russia and Ukraine. Occam said, "What if we wage peace with the same intensity as we wage war?" And in case you didn't see it, here's kind of summary of what happened.
Not far away, it's a snow day, y'all, let's go and play. We're slipping, sliding, laughing loud, sledding fast, hearts unbound. Polar bears are leading the way, it's a frosty, fun-filled holiday. Sliding down that hill, no one cares. It's just us kids and the polar bears. The snow came down a blanket wide, covered the fields where we collide. Grabbed my sled through waist.
I think that this is either a Russian or Ukrainian post. They said, "Welcome to McPeace. What would you like to order? Want to try a Happy Meal?" I actually believe that most people, wherever they fall on the political spectrum, want war to end and want to see peace. Unfortunately, there were just a couple of outspoken, silly people who wanted to criticize anything and everything they could about this meeting, but it's a bit hypocritical. So this meme started going around. Okay. Traitor. And if Trump can't do this, there is only one person who I think could achieve it.
There's a lot of memes of JD Vance on the internet.
There are.
What's your favorite meme? Or like funny joke about yourself, like after the Pope, or there's a lot of options to pick from these days.
So my favorite meme was, and this is very inappropriate, but maybe it's not too soon. But there was the whole thing about how I was into couches.
Yep.
And right after the Pope died, did you see this one? There was just a meme of the Pope, Usha, and a couch. And it took me a second to get it, and then when I got it, I was like, man, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. In fact, I like to think the left isn't very good at memeing, so my hope is that a right-winger came up with that, because that was a very funny meme.
People were enjoying the fact that Trump flew a B-2 stealth bomber over Putin's head as they walked up to the podium.
Donald Trump flying those B-2 stealth bombers over Putin's head that may have been the strongest flex of all time. There's flexing on people with Lamborghinis, houses, women, watches, money, you name it. But you fly a B-2 stealth bomber over the head of Putin, and he goes like, you may hate Donald. A lot of people do. But he's a showman, and this is what showmen do. a B-2 stealth bomber over your enemy's head. He said, "You want to talk peace, huh?" Look at Putin's head. He's still looking up. Trump's like, "Yeah, come on, let's go up. Let's go up." And Putin's like, "You got me there, bro."
This is what President Putin saw while riding with POTUS Trump in the motorcade in Alaska. Zelensky right now. But, you know, Trump did organize a meeting with Zelensky very quickly afterwards, and allegedly he's told van der Leyen and all of these people who are trying to kind of get involved and keep the war going to stay away, that they can't be involved in the meeting. So hopefully, fingers crossed, there is some progress being made. And apparently the White House has informed Zelensky that he must wear a suit, otherwise there will be no meeting. Whatever he does end up wearing, he's come a long way since the days when he wore this. Even Putin says that the mail-in voting system in America is not allowing for honest elections.
He said your election was rigged because you have mail-in voting. He said mail-in voting every election. He said no country has mail-in voting. It's impossible to have mail-in voting and have honest elections.
Putin actually confirmed that the war would have never happened if Trump was president.
I'd like to remind you that in 2022, during the last contact with the previous administration, I tried to convince my previous American colleague that the situation should not be brought to the point of no return when it would come to hostilities. And I said it quite directly back then that it's a big mistake. Today, when President Trump is saying that if he was the president back then, there will be no war. And I'm quite sure that it would indeed be so. I can confirm that. And I have every reason to believe that moving down this path, we can come, and the sooner the better, to the end of the conflict in Ukraine.
So overall, this visit seems to have gone more smoothly than Zelensky's visit a few months back. Did you guys ever watch the Tucker Carlson interview with Putin? It was actually a very, very interesting meeting, and I just thought this meme was funny. That is pretty much the interview summarized. Well worth a watch. And whilst Putin was there, he did get a taste of the American media. Putin finally understands why Trump calls them fake news.
Press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Let's go. Come on, guys. Come on, guys. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you, press. Let's go. Thank you, press. Thank you, press. Thank you.
I feel like we are definitely going to get more memes out of these faces. And Putin also invited Trump to Russia.
Thank you very much, Vladimir.
Next time in Moscow.
Oh, that's an interesting one. I don't know. I'll get a little heat on that one, but I could see it possibly happening. Thank you very much, Vladimir. And thank you all. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
And then Putin left America back to Russia, and American jets escorted the plane. So he was guarded by the US Air Force. Pretty cool. So it's promising. Fingers crossed. Melania then released a public letter to Putin, which was pretty lovely. I suppose that she feels quite a connection to the situation in Russia and Ukraine. I'll leave a link to that in the description if you would like to read it. And it's funny because for some reason there's like a little part of the internet that is fan fictioning, like shipping Melania and Putin as a like fictional love story. Have a look at this one.
It's just what I heard. Putin just said they respect your wife a lot. I said, what about me? No, they like Melania better.
It's like one of those cheesy romance reality shows.
I tell you what though, folks, that's bloody nice. That is really That is bloody lovely.
Meanwhile, in the UK this week, you'll be happy to know that 4chan's lawyers have dropped a response to the UK government for trying to impose a fine for, I don't know, as part of their censorship actions at the moment. It was a pretty good burn. 4chan says it's a United States company incorporated in Delaware with no establishments, assets or operations in the United Kingdom. Any attempt to impose or enforce a penalty against 4chan will be resisted in US federal court. We call on the Trump administration to invoke all diplomatic and legal levers available to the United States to protect American companies from extraterritorial censorship mandates. It is just absolutely crazy what's going on in the UK at the moment. So at the same time this week, you have an awful lot of anti-immigration protests happening and pro-British rallies. There's this lovely trend where people are putting the British flags up. It's really lovely, and I think they're being pretty determined about that. More and more people are getting fed up and more expressive in more creative and colourful ways. Have a look at this British woman here.
Yeah, I know you're a little traitor, moron,
My intention
short moron, government.
For your protection of mine and can be used in evidence.
Yeah. The courts are going down. You're going down. And you're going on YouTube, Facebook, Telegram. You're going to be made famous as a little traitor midget star post that you are.
Have a letter, madam.
Yeah. Have it up your arse. You're going to prison soon, and you're going to be famous in about 2 minutes when I put this on Telegram. There's a group are going to take you all to court for harassing people.
It's colourful. This headline, Trump is furious with Albo. Kurt Malberg said, Trump is upset with Australia's Prime Minister. That makes 27 million plus one of us. This is also in the Australian headlines this week. Weaponised anti-trans sentiment endangers Mounsey's LA dream. Transgender athlete Hannah Mounsey says she fears her bid to become an Olympic handball representative will be dashed by year's end as anti-trans sentiment is weaponised across world sport. And J.K. Rowling retweeted this and she kind of translated it for us. Man fears he won't be allowed to cheat his way to the Olympics by playing against women. Man says anti-cheat sentiment is being weaponised against men like him who cheat. Read more here about why the cheating man is sad and why the women he might injure just don't matter. Very good. Peter says, she is goat. They see me rolling. They them hating. Polly Bard shared, I think 44 speaks for us all. And Primal Fusion said, what man? I don't see a man. How the EU sees itself. User rating. It's so accurate.
On behalf of the University of Toronto and our partners here at Electra, it's my pleasure. Okay. They are very light actually.
It might make people uncomfortable for me to say this, but the idea of mass deportations is about to become incredibly normal in Western society. Countries all over the Western world, like America, Australia, Canada, and the rest of Europe, have all been experiencing irresponsible immigration. And as a result of that, there has been a lot of backlash in these countries towards the concept of immigration as well as immigrants themselves. I don't know if people realize just how much public opinion has shifted. We're at a point where major politicians can call for mass deportations, or people can be openly bigoted online or in person, and people cheer it on. Which is crazy because if 5 years ago you tried to say or do something like that, you would probably be fired or cancelled. The funny thing is the exact people who would want to cancel you for having one of these opinions are the exact people who caused the situation and refuse to acknowledge it. We cannot, as a country, participate in mass levels of immigration and not expect some level of backlash. Because when local people start to feel the negative effects of immigration, they're going to respond negatively.
He speaks so much common sense, and the thing about it is there are a lot of people who want to call you racist for being against immigration, but a lot of people have just turned against mass, uncontrolled, unsafe immigration. It's clearly a problem. If you actually think about the concept of mass immigration and completely open borders with no regulation, it doesn't even make sense. Neither the left or the right should support it because it's not sustainable. I'm enjoying the common sense. Let's look at some more.
The far left hates to see a black educated young black gay man come on the internet and say they are a Republican. And I just posted a video a few minutes ago and they proved me right. They resorted to name calling. They called out my lisp. They called out my sexuality. They called out my race. And I'm like, that's the best you can do? They also called me uneducated. And it's so funny because if I'm a conservative, Republican, black gay man, does that mean that I am uneducated? Which is crazy. And I said it before and I'll say it again. There is no greater hate than a lefty's hate. It is so crazy to me because if you do not agree with them, all of a sudden racism is okay. Bullying is fine. And that's wrong. That's wrong. Before you type a comment that's disrespectful, especially coming at my speech impediment and my race and my sexuality, think twice. And stating that Republicans would not like me for my sexuality and my race, that's the misinformation I was talking about. Republicans are full of love.
All of us have to try to rise above the division that comes with politics. I think that's why a lot of people turn to MAGA in the last year, is because they don't want that divisive behavior anymore. They want to rise above it.
White people, why is it that y'all don't like hearing about all the horrific things white people did during slavery and after slavery? Does it make you feel some sort of way? I just want to know.
All right, so in 1860, I want you to guess how many white individuals owned slaves. Like what percentage of white people in the U.S. owned slaves? I'll give you 5 seconds. Across the entire white population in the U.S. in 1860, 1.4% of individuals owned slaves. And I find this interesting because I rarely hear anybody talk about this. In other words, 98.5 to 98.6 out of every 100 white people did not own slaves. So my question to many black Americans is, why do we continue to act like it was 100% of white people who owned slaves and all white people are responsible for it? Like you'll see many black Americans that love to talk about this history and get all, and they don't want to tell you this and they don't want to tell you that, but these same people conveniently leave out that the vast majority of white people did not have slaves. On top of that, many black Americans act like there was not a civil war fought over slavery. The Civil War was fought over slavery. And over 300,000 male white Union soldiers died in this war. So in essence, there were whites who were fighting to keep us enslaved, and there were whites who were fighting to free us. But it seems like most black Americans only tend to want to focus on the white Americans who wanted to enslave us. And they treat all white Americans as if they're part of that group, when the reality is clearly they're not and they weren't. Again, only like 1.4 to 1.5% of white individuals in 1860 owned slaves. So again, my 2 questions as of right now would be, why are we acting like all white people owned slaves and supported people owning slaves? And the other question is, why do we act as if there was not a civil war fought by white people to free us from being slaves? It's like many of us only want to focus on the side that was doing wrong and not the side that did right.
It's fascinating, isn't it? Studying history more deeply can be so enlightening. I think we would all be better off if we took more time to look more deeply into history. Sassy with Massey this week. Representative Thomas Massey posted, "Why is Trump sending troops to DC to fight crime during the recess? All the criminals went home to their districts." Sassy Massey. This guy managed to convince his grandma whilst he was playing a video game that she was actually watching the news. Have a look at this.
Heaven's sake. Yeah, he needed to be stopped. That could be a life prison sentence. Crazy God. Oh, is he stupid? Boy, that guy needed to get stopped. Whoa. Boy, he's crazy.
I actually think she got as much benefit watching that as she would have watching the news.
Genes are passed down from parents to offspring, often determining traits like hair color, personality, and even eye color. If you're lucky, genes can go the extra mile and turn into an extra chromosome, and in that, a perfect little almond-eyed, button-nosed baby. Not in any way different from us, and a perfect fit in every aspect. You find more similarities than differences. Our genes are blue, and so are Charlotte's. Charlotte's got gray genes.
That is absolutely adorable. So sweet. So this vandal, right? He's vandalizing the streets, but he's doing it a little bit differently. Ghost Pittour is an anonymous artist in Italy who prowls the streets at night cleaning vandalized walls. Armed with paint and brushes, he turns acts of vandalism into acts of restoration. I love this. This is so cool. And it's very satisfying to watch. That's lovely. Really nice.
It's a frosty, fun-filled holiday. Sliding down that hill, no one cares. It's just us kids and the polar bears.